Yo, what is up guys, it's Highcross, and welcome to a video that I'm extremely excited to make. Basically, Turtle Beach reached out and asked if I wanted to test out two unreleased products and just review them and give my personal thoughts and opinions on them, and so I said yes. And they sent over the Burst 2 Air, which is their brand new gaming mouse, and the Vulcan 2 TKL Pro, which is probably the product that I'm most excited to review, just because I loved the Vulcan TKL Pro, like the first edition, so much. So yeah, I'm very excited to test out the Vulcan 2 TKL Pro. I will actually be splitting both of these products up into two separate videos. So if you clicked on this video will cover the Turtle Beach Burst 2 Air. And in my next video, I'll be covering the Vulcan 2 TKL Pro. So this video is specifically the mouse. So let's get right into that. We'll set this aside for now, and we will start off with this mouse. And one thing that honestly caught my eye with this mouse is that it is only 47 grams. That is crazy light for a gaming mouse. And honestly, kudos to Turtle Beach for creating such a lightweight product without any holes in it. Like, there's no honeycomb holes or anything. It's just a solid, smooth shell. So I'm very, very excited to get right into this. Honestly, really nice designs. You guys can see that on the box. Just honestly, really minimalistic, very nice. Obviously, their selling point is that 47 grams, ultra lightweight. Very, very impressive that they got the weight down to that. On the side, you guys can see Burst 2 Air. On the other side, some other notable things. It is wireless and Bluetooth. It has Tayson optical switches, which have a life of 100 million clicks or more. I believe that's what that 100M stands for. It also has up to 120 hours of battery life, which is very, very impressive. That will last a very long time. All right, boys, so let's open the box and see what we have inside here. All right, so obviously we have the mouse, and straight off the bat, this is a very unique shape. As you guys can see, it has actually a very wide backing, and it slopes inward, and it actually gets more narrow as it reaches the front of the mouse. So pretty interesting there. I'm assuming it's gonna cater more for almost like a palm grip, claw grip hybrid. It feels very, very nice in my hand, but it also feels like it's a short mouse. Just quickly comparing it to the Razer Viper V3 Pro, yes, it is definitely a shorter mouse, as you guys can see. Definitely with that wider backing, it is going to help cater for more of a palm grip, but also caters more for a claw grip since the mouse is on the smaller side. I will get into the initial feel and everything in 1 second. Here we'll put that mouse back, and let's see what else comes in the box. So obviously we have that. Looks like right here we'll find our wireless dongle. Very nice. Of course, with the Turtle Beach palm tree right there. Very, very nice. That looks very clean. Very well put together dongle. Looks very, very sleek. And right at the front there, I'm not sure if you guys can read that. You probably can't. Right there, Turtle Beach Burst 2. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Very, very cool little design there. What else do we have in this box? So if we open it up and dump everything out of there, that should be it besides the user manual there. Set this aside. So yeah, looks like we got the Burst 2 Air quick start guide. We will go into that in 1 second. And what also comes in the box is a USB-C cable. We love mice that use USB-C because USB-C is kind of the universal charging for everything. I know Apple's switching to USB-C. I think they might have already switched over. But yeah, all products are slowly moving over to USB-C because no one likes USB-A cables or any other USB cables. It just makes it very non-user friendly, and we do not like that. It looks like we have some spare mouse feet, and this is actually pretty cool. If you guys look, you could actually customize it. So you guys can see there's the 4 mouse feet right here. Well, they actually give you an option if you guys want to use the 4 small ones, or if you guys want to use the 2 larger ones. And then obviously you have like the little one right here to go around the sensor. I'm not sure which ones I want to use. I will definitely try out both and let you guys know my opinion. But yeah, pretty cool there that they give you some options, and they actually give you some grips too. Personally, I'm not a fan of grips. I just feel like they kind of mess with my grip on the mouse. But yeah, I know a lot of people who love grips, and it looks really, really sleek there. Really nice textured design. So yeah, really cool there. And let's open the quick start guide real quick, see if there's anything. So yeah, it comes with the USB adapter, USB wireless transmitter, the Phantom Flex charging cable, USB-C to USB-A. Right here. It comes with extra skates and grip tape, which is very, very nice. And obviously the mouse. So now let's dive into an in-depth overview of what this mouse has to offer. So starting off, this mouse is going to cost $99, and it is available for pre-order right now as of making this video. It is going to be $99 and releases on May 19th. So stay tuned for that. It's just a couple days away if you guys are interested in purchasing this mouse. On to the specifications. So this mouse comes in at 47 grams, which is honestly incredibly impressive compared to the 54-gram Razer Viper V3 Pro. It utilizes Turtle Beach's own Owl Eye 26K optical sensor, which has been great so far. It utilizes optical Tayson switches. Here's a quick sound test of those. In my opinion, the mouse sounds absolutely incredible. They definitely do have like deep clicks, but I do find that actually pretty satisfying, and so far it sounds really, really good. The mouse utilizes a 2.4 gigahertz wireless connection while also utilizing Bluetooth connection, so it has dual connectivity options for you guys. You guys can either use the dongle for that wireless connection, or you could choose to use Bluetooth and hook the mouse directly up to your PC. It also has up to 120 hours of battery life, which is pretty solid for a mouse, and it has a minimum DPI of 50 and a maximum DPI of 26,000. Onto the design and build quality of the mouse. The material feels strong and sturdy with zero shell flexing or creaking whatsoever, and is definitely a high quality material that it was made with. The coating also feels phenomenal and provides great grip on the mouse. It's just that natural grip with that coating. It feels very similar to the Logitech G Pro Superlight's grip. In coating, it feels very smooth. And honestly, also again with the 47 grams, it's impressive that they got that down to 47 grams without any holes in the mouse. It's seriously very impressive that they could do that. Really quick, here's like the bottom. There are these like two little holes here with kind of like cool designs in between those. So I just figured I'd show you guys that. But yeah, there's no like major holes, like honeycomb holes like the Final Mouse ULX or anything like that, where you can see all the inside components. And onto the shape. The shape is very unique, and it honestly seems like a palm grip kind of claw grip hybrid due to the wide back shell and narrow front of the mouse. So you guys can see just a quick example, like compared to the Final Mouse ULX and the Razer Viper V3 Pro. You guys can see like these two mice right here kind of have pretty standard shapes, right? There's nothing too crazy about them. This one is honestly a shape that I've never really seen with a mouse. It has a wide backing and then just kind of curves in and just becomes skinnier as it goes forward, which is pretty unique. And so just instantly holding it like this, it definitely feels natural, but at the same time, being so skinny at the front, it almost makes me want to claw it. Like I said, I do think this mouse is definitely like a claw grip, maybe a relaxed claw grip. I think that's probably the best way to put it is if you guys know that you use a relaxed claw grip, this is probably a perfect mouse for you, honestly. It feels really natural in hand, and I do play a palm grip, and that's why the Razer Viper V3 Pro is my main. It feels just super, super nice. But for the mouse dimensions real quick, I'll actually show you guys ELO shapes as well compared to the Razer Viper V3 Pro. So on ELO shapes, the mouse dimensions, it is 122 millimeters long, 67 millimeters wide, and 39 millimeters tall. Now, if you compare that to that of the Razer Viper V3 Pro, coming in at 127 millimeters long, which is a little bit longer, 64 millimeters wide, and 40 millimeters tall, it's actually pretty similar. And as you guys can see on the picture, it's almost identical with the height of the mouse, which is pretty cool. However, just this mouse being a little bit short, the back of my palm kind of slips off the mouse, and it kind of drags on my mouse pad a little bit as I play. Like I said, I am a palm grip player, so having that palm being able to be rested like so with the Razer Viper V3 Pro is definitely very important to me and a lot of palm grip users out there. But with this mouse, it's literally like the whole back half of my palm is fully exposed and it ends up gliding really bad on my mouse pad. That is what I noticed from playing on it so far. But yeah, overall, pretty unique shape, but it definitely caters more towards the claw grip side of things, in my opinion. The side buttons also do have a space in between them, which is great if you use your side buttons a lot. I do love mice that have a space in between their side buttons like so. As you can see, one reason that I actually stopped using the Final Mouse ULX was due to this spacing issue. There's not big enough space in between the mouse buttons. They are so close together and they're actually really tiny. And for me to constantly be spamming those and constantly be using them for building in Fortnite, like I kept fat fingering them and messing up certain builds. So that was actually a major reason why I stopped using the Final Mouse ULX, even though it is a phenomenal mouse overall. And actually, speaking of buttons, kind of a unique button placement here on this mouse is actually found in the top left-hand corner here. as you guys can see right here is the DPI button. And most mice, as you guys know, have their DPI button either behind the scroll wheel on the bottom of the mouse, or they might not have it whatsoever and it's only usable in like a software like the Final Mouse does. It's definitely a unique placement to have a DPI button on the side of a mouse. I've never really heard of that. And I actually do know players who actually play like this, where they have their ring finger on the right click, their middle finger on left click, and they actually relax both their thumb and finger on the side of the mouse. And so they play kind of like this, which is actually very weird, but I do know there are players like that. So I'm wondering if their finger might accidentally hit that DPI button. I know that's such like a nitpicky thing for me to say, because that is such like a random grip style, but I do know of players who use that. They're more under like the aim side of things. I see them all the time on Twitter, just kind of weird grip types. But yeah, they hold the mouse like this and they aim like that. So everyone has different ways of holding the mouse. Onto the scroll wheel. The scroll wheel honestly isn't stiff at all, and the clicks feel great. Here's kind of like those clicks again. So they sound pretty good. Not too hard to press down. I had no trouble like marking players in game. The scroll wheel feels completely fine, and I think it's a solid option. And lastly, these side buttons of the mouse feel absolutely perfect. Again, love the space in between them, and the clicks are very seamless. Honestly, had no issues. Onto the performance. Now, when I hopped in game, there were some slight things that made me nitpick about this mouse a little bit more, and let's get into that right now. So starting off with the clicks. The clicks feel very deep and thocky, right? And honestly, first impressions, like I absolutely loved the feeling. It felt fantastic. But when you compare it to mice like the Razer Viper V3 Pro with very, very light clicks, like they're very light and you could spam them up a lot. To spam this mouse, it honestly puts a little bit of finger fatigue in on the left and right side when you're just constantly spamming and constantly building. And I actually noticed that sometimes certain actions in game felt a little bit delayed. Like if I were to build a box, it felt a little bit delayed, and that is probably due to me not being used to the travel distance of the clicks. So I would press down and thinking that it would place almost instantly because of how quick and light the Razer Viper V3 Pro is compared to deeper clicks that take a little bit more time, like the Burst 2 Air. And the clicks still feel absolutely fantastic, and that's just a very specific example of me running into kind of a little bit of an issue in Fortnite. However, it's probably something that I just really need to get used to over time if I were to put more time onto this mouse. But yeah, the sensor accuracy and responsiveness is spot on. There's no issues whatsoever. The weight of the mouse makes it great for quick flicks onto players. It also helps with fast-paced games like Fortnite or Valorant. And now onto the mouse glide. The mouse glide was actually my second con with the mouse. And if you look on the back of the mouse, you can see that I actually swapped the mouse skate at the top here from the back right before I recorded this video. So it did have those 4 mouse feet on the mouse. And when I was playing, I felt a weird friction underneath my mouse on my mouse pad. And I was wondering what was causing that. So what I did is, since the mouse comes with extra mouse skates, I decided to take off the 2 little ones on the sides that were right here and here, and I replaced it with the bigger one. And I could already instantly tell that the glide is way smoother, and it still feels a little bit more friction on the back. So I'm definitely going to replace those as well. So I do recommend, obviously everyone has different mouse pads. The mouse pad I'm using for this video is the Artisan Heian, but I know all you guys have a bunch of different surfaces out there. Some of you guys use glass pads and just a bunch of different surfaces. So definitely, if you decide to get this mouse, definitely try it out with those 4 little, stock skates on there. See if you're going to have the same issue. If you end up having the same issue, I recommend swapping it out with those larger, bigger mouse skates to cover more surface area, and it's going to give you a better glide. At least it did for me. And it's going to get rid of that additive friction on the bottom. I don't know what was causing it. I don't know if it's just like poor stock skates or just weird placement of them. But yeah, the bigger skate definitely glided a lot better for me. And lastly, with the software is called Swarm 2, and it is currently in the beta stage. And real quick, I'm going to switch my scene for you guys so you guys could actually see the app in action. So we're going to go switch the scene, and we're going to head into the Swarm 2. So as you guys can see, the app is already downloaded. So we're just going to double click this, open it up. It opens up really fast and easy. And from here, it'll actually detect both your mouse and keyboard. So I have the Burst 2 Air connected, obviously. So we're going to head right into there and show you guys around here. And obviously for my keyboard video, I will show you guys the keyboard settings for that, because there's a lot more keyboard settings than mouse settings. So starting with the settings, we have DPI settings right here. So there's 5 stages you guys can choose from. Obviously stage 1 is 400 and then it goes up 800, 1200, 16, 32. Obviously you can change that and go up with this adjustable bar here. You can see your battery status, mine's 69% right now. Drivers, you guys can see if it's up to date or anything like that. Notifications, you guys can choose if you want pop-up battery notifications. The polling rate, one little, again, another nitpick thing that I have with this mouse is that it is deadlocked at 1000 hertz polling. I would have liked the mouse to be possibly like 2000 or higher, as most mice nowadays are heading towards a higher polling rate option as, you know, specs are getting better, PCs are getting better, games are getting more advanced. And so with that should come higher polling rates in my opinion. So I would have liked to see 2000 hertz at least, because that's what I have been using on the Razer Viper V3 Pro. And I think that is going to be the new norm very soon. So yeah, I have mine at 1000 hertz, just keep it at the highest there. DCU calibration, very, very cool. So Razer also has this. Basically, you can manually calibrate the DCU by moving the mouse continuously on your mousepad surface. This may help with tracking issues. So essentially, if you were to do this real quick, let me switch it back to my cam. You basically select that and then slowly move your mouse across your mouse pad until it reaches the other side. And then once it reaches the other side, then your calibration will be complete and it might help with tracking and stuff like that. I haven't tried it out or anything like that because honestly, I have no need to. But yeah, if you guys like want to play around with the DCU calibration, you can. Angle snapping, this is another cool feature. You can enable or disable angle snapping, which basically smooths out your mouse movements by making them more linear and consistent. So I have tried this a little bit when I was playing Fortnite. Honestly, I didn't see any kind of difference whatsoever, so I'm not really sure where that's supposed to show like in Fortnite or anything like that, so I just keep it off. But yeah, if you guys want to play around with that, again, you can. Motion sync, I actually keep on. Some mice, I turn it off, but for the sake of this mouse, I just kept it on. So motion sync, as your PC's sending data to your mouse, it's instantly transferring over to your mouse, so it's supposed to sync up instantaneously there. And then you guys can change your standby mode, obviously. So yeah, those are all the basic settings there. So overall performance-wise, the mouse performed well for me in Fortnite. And to conclude, first off, I want to give a quick thank you again to Turtle Beach for reaching out and actually sending me their brand new product to test out and review. And so whenever a brand is going to reach out, I will always give my honest opinion because I do believe that it is very important to give your honest opinion, especially when reviewing and recommending peripherals to outside viewers like you guys. So I'm giving my honest opinion, and my honest opinion about this mouse is that it is very good performance-wise. It's going to cater more towards that claw grip side of things. I don't recommend if you have large hands. Talking about value, for $99, this mouse is honestly a steal in my opinion. Most mice nowadays are around $150 plus. So for $99, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck. And I actually do recommend checking out this mouse. I would have expected it to be probably like closer to the 130s or 140s, just looking at it with the specs on paper. If you guys want to check out the other product they sent out, which is right here, this is the Turtle Beach Vulcan 2 Pro. They sent this out for me to review as well. It will be up on my channel very soon as well. I'm not sure how long after I post the mouse video that this will be out, but it'll be out very, very soon. And again, if you guys want to check these out, both the links will be down in the description below. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Peace.